Mr. Speaker, the contract was thus, that if in the collective agreement, the memorandum of agreement associated with that was negotiated, ended the strike with the school bus drivers and the custodians. We're talking about public servants who make among the lowest incomes in the entire public service here, and concerned about their pensions. So the strike ended with an agreement that they would try and work out the pension arrangements with government in a way that was through negotiations. And if they could not, a process was written into the agreement, written into the collective agreements, memorandum of understanding or agreement, and essentially a contract that if they couldn't reach an agreement, the various proposals for how to change or what kind of pension to move to would go to a panel of actuaries. One chosen by the government, one chosen by the CUPE on behalf of the school bus drivers and the custodians in our schools, and the other chosen by those two to chair it. And they further agreed that they would stand by and live with both sides whatever those actuaries decided was best from a financial and economic perspective. That they would live with the decision of these actuaries when they crunched the numbers and looked at the financial consequences of the different pension options. That's not happened. It was about to happen. It was about to happen, Mr. Speaker, and it should have happened, and the Premier should have lived up to his part of the bargain and lived with whatever results they came up with, whatever recommendation they came up with, which is what the school bus drivers and custodians were committed to doing as well, in black and white ink. So, Mr. Speaker, that didn't happen. The Premier decided at the last minute last week to pull the plug, so the actuaries never sat down to consider the competing pension proposals and render a decision, which would be final and binding. That was the agreement. They would render the decision final and binding on both parties, and he wouldn't let it happen, Mr. Speaker. He broke the contract, and now he's going to ram legislation down the throat of our bus drivers.
Thank you. Minister of Public Safety.